Good morning, Channel 6 Action News, Townsend, Delaware. We are here. Well, look at these two McGanns just flying off doing whatever they want. Anyway, back to the story. It's beautiful out here this morning. I just wanted to, pardon my headwear. I've had to join the Methanators. I was for them. I was okay with the copper feeler. Anyway, a lot has evolved since our last story, okay? First of all, what's that? Okay. Well, thanks, Mr. Biden, President. I have to apologize. Every time I make a story, I'm going to have to apologize for the story before. It's going to be ongoing forever. Mr. Presidential Joe Biden, I want to thank you for the glasses. You want to FaceTime me? Seriously? Okay, all right. They gave me these and said, look on the bright side. I didn't find it very funny, but what can I say? You know, as a president. Anyway, does this make me look more presidential? I want to be a news guy anyway, but I'm really thinking about being an archaeologist is what I really want to do, but I've always wanted to do that, but it's pretty sandy. You know, I don't know. Anyway, the story has gotten even worse, what you can imagine. I thought maybe I would question myself. You know, it's best to question yourself or just blame everything on yourself for my people keeping it on the down low. I don't know, maybe you shouldn't do that because then later you can beat yourself up. Anyway, the stories I thought were all different may have actually been connected. I've secretly, well, not secretly, I've kind of joined the Methanators at this point. I'm not going to call them Methanators anymore. We'll call them alligators, just because I don't want to get sued. I was actually worried about buffalo being offended. And now I heard that the cattle morphing into buffalo, now they've changed into crocodiles. So I'm out here stuck between the blackberries and the pine trees, between the crocodiles and the alligators. But the story gets deeper. Just say, I just found out that the buffalo formerly known as cattle that are now crocodiles, they're actually related to the people at the raid. Let's just call them the Copophilias. So the crocodiles and the Copophilias are related to the alligators. The following day, they had a party, and then there was even crocodiles. But here, we don't deliver fake news here. So before I go stretching and reaching, even though if there was one person or species I think that would do that, it would be Cowella DeVille. But like I said, fake news, strictly to facts. I since then learned, even though they are married, I didn't even know crocodiles and buffalo could get married. They're married to the Copophilias. But then, after some investigation, it was actually it's so confusing. It was actually a probation? So maybe a probophilia? But they were here with the Copophilias. So anyway, I'm just stuck in between. I'm just a newsman. Now they're talking about suing me. That's why I need you, Joe. Joe, I called you. You sent me the glasses. I appreciate the glasses. Send some other help down here. Bernie's already here. Bernie's out back. He said he's coming. He's out back. He's been out there back crabbing. I keep telling him there's no crabs. There's no crabs in the pond. You have to go to the bay or somewhere. He said, I'm coming here to show Joe Biden I know where Delaware is and I'm crabbing. That's all he keeps saying. He's down there splashing around with big ass mittens. Trump's coming. Trump said, I'm coming. They're not going to show up. I'll be there. I might be late. It may be next year. But I'm coming. We're going to roll some cigarettes, lay down between the blackberries, and we'll get through this in the trenches with you. And I'm like, okay, come on. I'll have to switch my tie back. Does this mean I'm a Democrat? Because you can't put me in a box like that. I'm telling you that right now. Man, I'm looking pretty. Anyway, strictly news. What else has happened? Oh, I made a mistake. Another apology. This is going to go on reciprocal. It wasn't Mrs. Buttersworth. I remember when I was a kid, my great-grandmother, and I didn't want to make light of racism or anything like that either, because the Lord knows it hasn't been easy the last couple of years being I don't even know what I am. A white man? I don't know. It wasn't easy though, let me tell you. It was a rough year or two. Not to take anything away from the last 100. All right, this is getting worse. Anyway, this is what she looked like. And I remember even as a kid, I was confused because I was looking at this, and then I was looking at Mrs. Buttersworth, and I was looking at Miss Edith, my great-grandma's best friend, and I was like, she's famous. And I'm a little kid, and I'm like, looking at this, looking at that, looking at her, and they're smiling, they're laughing. I'm looking back. I'm convinced my whole life that this was her. So I was wrong. It wasn't the other one on the other container. But she was sitting on the pancake box when I was sitting there putting it all together as a child. So now we're back to business. And this one works a little better. Thank you, Goose. You're finally doing something right. That's why I have to fire everybody. I'm looking for an editor, by the way. Not that I need your sorry ass to edit my shit. They spawned, and even the baby crocs was harassing. Calling me. I'm just a news guy. Calling me, recording me, trying to get me to say weird stuff. The Lord loves me. The Lord, baby. Let me take it off so I can see it naturally. Sorry to the Indian people and all the other religions. I like it too. I like it too. Okay? Don't get all mad at me because you got a little sand in your sandal or something. Put a little sock on. You know what I mean? Put a little Vaseline on it. Put a little balm or some honeydew, or maybe it's just some honey or something that rhymes with honey in Indian language. I'm sorry if it's a different section of Indian. I know there's different sections. So I'm just being stereotypical by accident. Put a little balm on it, wrap it with some Vaseline, wrap it with some saran wrap maybe. Put the sandal back on if you need. Put a sock on if you're feeling froggy. Put a sock on, then slide the sandal on. Don't listen to people. It's all right. It actually feels good in the winter. Wake up in the morning, smooth it down a little. You know what I mean? If you got to get the belt sander out, work on them babies. At your feet. I know they're connecting. I'm working on connecting to the earth. Stay connected.